Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest, where we're continuing with our blind playthrough of Blueprints. I'm so happy every time I get to come back to this game. Alright, we're diving into day 17, let's do it! Man, this game is so, it's so enriching, you know? I feel like not only am I so excited to come back to this game and so completely wrapped up in the mysteries and the puzzles, but also it's just, I suppose, like as a separate thing, it's actually just so fun. It's just such a fun dynamic, such a fun mechanic, such a fun game to play in such a layered way. Yeah, it's hard to even comprehend like all the layers of this game, and obviously I probably haven't even discovered them yet. Something I'm still actually not sure I've done, and I know I've talked about, and I actually can't remember if I've done it. I'm kind of just reminding myself at the outset of this day, is that I need to make sure if I haven't done already, that I'm coming back to this letter if I have the magnifying glass and using it on the stamp there, because I've said that I wanted to do that, and actually I'm not sure if I've done it. All right, but hello, we're going straight outside. We're going to use a couple of steps because it's worth it. This is only our second day to have the West Path access here, and be able to go straight out at the beginning of the day and get the open up one of the rooms here. And there are some incredibly exciting rooms here, and we've already had two of them. We started out with the, what was it called? The hovel? No, the hovel? something like hovel. Ooh. Oh, that's incredible. Hang on, and let me finish that thought. And the one that we had in the previous day, it was 2 episodes ago though, was Shelter. And Shelter has, been incredible, absolutely incredible lore-wise. And we've got one of the, we've opened a second safe from it. Just incredible, absolutely amazing progress, amazing things. So we've seen the trading post and we've seen the root cellar before. I haven't drafted them yet, but now there's yet another new room out here, the schoolhouse. And this is so interesting. This is blowing my mind because we just learned about the schoolhouse we learned about a schoolhouse, I should say, in the book that we just read in the last episode. God, it's actually such a coincidence that I wonder if reading the book about the what is it called? The Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. The Sightseer's Guide to Reddington mentioned. In fact, I've got it written down here in my notes, where it's talking about Mount Holly and it's talking about the estate, and it mentions that the estate has been private since the close of the Mount Holly schoolhouse in 66. So, is this the schoolhouse that is actually talked about? And why, what's the deal there? What's the deal? Why is this mentioned? Why was the estate not private before the schoolhouse? That's my first question. And then, why was the schoolhouse closed in 66 and then the estate became a private estate? So, I kind of feel like I have to pick this now, but of course I'm super interested in all of these things. They're all going to be super interesting rooms. Let's go schoolhouse. Schoolhouse! I just learned of your existence and here we are. I mean, when I read that I was thinking, I wonder if there's a school, like a classroom among the draftable rooms. So it's definitely like an old, Just interesting that some of these wood panels are a bit different. They look patterned, but maybe it's just a different kind of wood. Okay. Hang on. Interesting music. Oh my, you are kidding me! Oh, Westpath, what the hell? Our third one. We've got 3 of 4 of the blue flames lit now. I'm astonished. I didn't think it would be happening this quickly, I've got to say. Wow. Thank you, Schoolhouse. Very atmospheric little light source up here. Oh, okay, hang on. There's a lot going on here. What are these little round things on all of the desks? Maybe that's just an old kind of desk thing, like where, I don't know, you put a particular thing. Maybe it's where you put your ink bottle. All right. Drawer falling out here, old. I was like, there's got to be something on this old blackboard, right? Within a timely manner. Of course, spelt like manor. The manor house. Within a timely manner. Timely. A manor, as in the house, the manor that has time as a core element to it, the way it functions. Yeah? Within a timely manner. Why? And what does it mean that this is written here? I don't know, maybe we will... Is there any way I can look behind? Doesn't feel like it. Chalk. No, I don't think I can get back there. Alright, let's make sure that we're doing a thorough check for things that we can interact with. And make sure that... Aha! Herbie! Oh! So this was Herbert's desk. Unless it was someone who liked Herbert. Could also be that. But probably Herbert's desk, I'm guessing. What else? Do we have anything else on any of the other desks? So presumably this is where Herbert and his brother Simon went to school. I thought we might find one that seemed to have something to do with Simon as well. Can we look on the bottom of these? Can't get far enough behind that one. All right. So already this schoolhouse has been incredible. It's been a very important room for getting the third blue flame lit. Cute little school book bundle there. I just thought maybe the drawer has been taken out for some reason. Okay, let's read this. Closing address. For the last 38 years, it has been my pleasure of... I actually want to skip ahead. Okay, right. Okay. Because what I wanted to do was see who is writing this so that when I'm reading it, I can kind of read it with that context. Mrs. Peterson. Well, all right. Mrs. Peterson is probably not writing this, but it's interesting that I've just learned about the existence of Mrs. Peterson because they got out one of the books. Was it The History of Arindia, I think? If I can find it in my notes. And so now I'm guessing already without having read this thing. No, Mrs. Peterson is actually from the first book that we got out. Mrs. Peterson twice, at least so far that I've seen, got out Swinburne in 1985. Okay, and she's probably the school mom. For the last 38 years, it has been my pleasure of serving as your schoolmaster in this humble little facility. And meagre as it may look by modern standards, I think most of us who spent our afternoons here will readily admit that we are reluctant. I've never heard of the word reluctant on its own, not reluctant. We are reluctant to see this small piece of Reddington history go. So this is the schoolmaster. I first wish to thank Lady Epson, our most gracious host today, for not only paying attention in my classes those many years ago. So they all went to school together. but for all the fundraising she has done on behalf of our community and our children. Without her, Reddington Elementary would still be a distant and blurry vision, a vision that I dared not even dream. That dreamer is, of course... Hang on. Let me reread this. A vision that I dared not even dream. That dreamer is, of course, the incomparable Mrs. Peterson, our future principal, and my reluctant, now it's reluctant, and my reluctant successor. Okay. It's just weird the way that they've said that dreamer, and it doesn't really seem to follow on from... I don't think it's important. It just doesn't really seem to follow on from the sentence that goes before it. Because it said that I dared not even dream. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to let that one go. Mrs. Peterson. So whoever is speaking here, the current schoolmaster, and then Mrs. Peterson comes... after. Our future principal and my reluctant successor, who I might add, forced me to give this speech, so I think I'll end my praise of her there, though she deserves much more, I'll admit. To the architect of... Oops, sorry, I just whacked the phone on the microphone there. To the architect of our new school, the Baron Sinclair, thank you for following in your father's footsteps in building Reddington yet another school. So there's a long history here. And for also allowing the use of your own private residence and floor plans to serve as our interim facility until the new campus is completed in March. A decision I'm certain he will immediately regret tomorrow morning when he hears the children running through his halls. Okay, right. So this closing address here is being done during a kind of a changeover ceremony where this school is beginning its intended interim stay within the manor grounds. Okay. Interesting. And lastly, I wish to thank all my students, many of you here today whom I have not seen in years, whose faces I still remember as young and manners wild. So this is... Obviously, the Baron and the lady are all grown up at this stage, but when they were children decades ago, they attended this school. Okay. Possibly 38 years ago, possibly most of that time they just mentioned. Okay. And lastly, I wish to thank my students, many of you today I've not seen in years, whose faces I still remember as young and manners wild. Those here whose parents before them I have also taught, and whose children I may yet. Without you, I would have had a lifetime of quiet peace, and yet what is all the peace in the world if you have no one to bestow demerits upon? That's very funny. Thank you all sincerely. My time here has meant the world to me, and if I am still standing in 8 months, I will see you all at the slightly less melancholic ribbon cutting ceremony next year. Better joke to end? Remember to give Mrs. Peterson her gift. Okay, so this is the planned speech. I suppose obviously we can't confirm whether they did it or not. So we know who Mrs. Peterson is. We don't know who this is exactly. It's so interesting that it's... If I go back to that history of Reddington... well, it's not history of Reddington. The sightseeing guide to Reddington... reference, then yeah, it said the estate has been private since the close of the Mount Holly Schoolhouse in 66. I suppose now, I don't know whether that sentence means the Mount Holly Schoolhouse in any form closed completely in 66, or if what they mean is this interim version of it at the mansion closed in 66, and then it went to its intended next spot. So I'm going to put in my little calendar here. Sorry, I've hit my phone on microphone stand again. Schoolhouse closed in 66. An interim, and if at this stage, the 38 years just refers to this schoolmaster. So if we do 36 years before 1966, then we're what, 19... hang on, 66, take 40, I'm really bad at maths, guys. 66, take 40, 26, and then take 2, 24. 1924, schoolmaster with a mystery name. But we also have... So Lady Epson has been a real sort of patron and champion for this. Baron Sinclair, you know, allowed this interim version of the school to be here at the manor. And Mrs. Peterson kind of seems to come in at this time. Mrs. Peterson. So that's... I at the moment I can't say for certain that this speech is being done in 1966. I'm tentatively thinking that's the case, because they're talking about the new... Hang on, where is it? Where's the reference? To Active Divinity School. Until the new campus is completed in March. Until March is the intention, at least. And it also, where does it say? I'm sure it says, lastly, I wish to thank all my students, many of you I've not seen in years. In 8 months. If I am still standing in 8 months, I will see you all at the next ribbon cutting ceremony. So this should be taking place. So March must refer to... I'm gonna guess. If we assume this is being written in 1966, March then would refer to 1967's March. And then 8 months before that would be 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to look on my calendar because I'm really bad at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. July. So potentially July is when that schoolhouse went there. It would, of course, be really interesting to bring the magnifying glass here, but I suppose I don't see anything that immediately strikes me as... There might be something hidden here, but remember to give Mrs. Peterson her gift. All right. Okay. Did you? Is the gift here? Is it hidden? Is the gift here? Did you forget to give Mrs. Peterson her gift? Is that why she turned mad and killed everybody? Within a timely manner. The creaking is great. The atmosphere in here is wonderful. Huh. So, it's interesting that this is marked as Herbert's desk. But is there anything that we can see on it or interact with? Maybe he sat next to Simon. Don't know. And also, why does this one have a lamp on it that is lit, maybe for no real reason. Okay. I'm sure there's something else going on here, but these books kind of stand out to me, but there doesn't seem to be anything I can do. Can I look at the spines? Not really. Only that one seems to have a little block on it, but that's about it. Like what? Can't I open this drawer? Simon, don't you have hands? Do it. I can hear water here, but is that just me hearing the creek outside? I think so. Okay. Alright, I think that might be it, at least with my current knowledge. I actually do want to have a look at that. Thought there might be an angle that, we could see up. Alright, extremely interesting, and wow, the third of our blue flames. I can't believe that we're only one blue flame away. Yeah, I think that's just the creek over here we're hearing. Okay, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So we know, we know something about Mrs. Peterson now. Another character has kind of been introduced. I don't know who this schoolmaster is, but that's super, super interesting. And then, I don't know, like the mystery of like what's gone on with this schoolhouse? Why is it here? Why does it matter? I just thought I'd come out here. I haven't been out here in a very long time. I mean, specifically out like here to look out. The other thing that is kind of interesting here is that it's, like one of the very first things you notice in this game when you fly into this spot is that it's very foggy, right? And now we know that there's been some references to fog. One is in that red stamp that, by the way, I think has a red, like a ruby on it. I think that it's got a kind of a ruby red gem sort of motif in it. But it says, in fog we are lost, in fire we are found. We have fog here. But at the same time, the other reference that we've seen to fog is in regards to the Trinsdale Lake, which is obviously round about where the red border is and where it seems our mother was smuggled into the southern Eraja area. That seems to be where people, seems to symbolize freedom, seems to be where a lot of people dream of being free of the sort of the regime here, however I refer to them. All right, let's get some more rooms. Oh, library. I mean, actually, let's start with library, because we'll be able to order our next book, and also we should get an interesting room from the library. And yeah, so, I mean, I suppose at this stage, as I've said before, my current goal, I have many goals, but my main goal is just new rooms, new rooms, new information. So we've had this. I do want to get Swimbird out again, just for the end history of Verindia, just to have a proper look at the card of who's gotten it out before. I've forgotten what that's called. I think so. We've got fixed stars and pump system. I'm going to go pump system because I'm really interested in getting the pump room again and having another go at it. It relates to so many rooms. So I want to get it again and try and figure it out. 1 second. I am going to check. This won't give me a firm answer, but I want to check which ones of these books. Red Letters 2. Okay. Is it this book that's over here? I want to see my stamp collection. I want to see if that one from the entrance hall has appeared there. No, not yet. So either I have used the I have used the magnifying glass and it's just not one that appears there, but I suspect I actually forgot to use the magnifying glass there. I think I just haven't done it. Okay, sweet. Can I sit here? It looks really nice and comfy. Nope, we got business. We got things to do. Classroom, and I don't have a gem. Oh, I should have thought about that. I should have gone over to the other side to see if I could acquire gems. Silly me. Oh, but it's worth mentioning that indeed we do have our 23 coins today. So thankfully we are moneyed up. We're pretty moneyed up. That is very nice. In hindsight, I think we actually got the freezer at the exact best possible time, right? It was the very last room that we could draft at the end of a big day when I had acquired loads of money. So, it couldn't have been better. Obviously, I need to get it again with the furnace, maybe. I think to unfreeze it, maybe. Not sure. Not 100% sure, I think. So, all right, very interesting to see that. And right after we got the schoolhouse, it would have been perfect. Maybe we'll get another chance for it. Either way, we've seen it. So, while drafting in Classroom, you may draw new floor plans one time for each room in your house. Okay. Interesting. Dang. Oh, man. We really need that classroom. All right. Chamber of Mirrors, we've already had a very, very, very good and successful go at it. I still think there's a mystery, at least one mystery in there to do with how you get that button on the ceiling in the center. That's what I think. But I don't have any more ideas about how to do it yet. So I'm going to go workshop because I haven't seen the workshop since, I think, day one. I haven't seen the workshop in like 17 days. Although for me it's actually, is that a tool? Oh, I thought that might be a new thing we could get. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Yeah, it's not fully. Oh, that's what I was interested in as well. Do we get a new letter in here? We had K last time. Same note, of course. Hang on. I was like, is that the... Ooh! Broken lever. So if we get the greenhouse, I think we can use this in the greenhouse. Incredible. Wonderful. Okay, it's great to get that at the start of the day. Not that I don't even know if I've had an opportunity to do greenhouse. It might have come up as a drafting possibility at some point, but if it has, not often. Okay, very, very interesting. So, yeah, I still don't know what the hell to make of these letters, honestly. It does sort of reference here, stones cut by hand and letters wrought do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words. And we've seen 3 of these pages so far, and each of them has one bold word. Often lost. Among the bold words spoken soft, the note is read, the letter is not. But I don't think that's the end of the sentence because it's not a full stop. I think page 9 will continue what the letter is not. You know, the letter is not something. The letter is not something. I don't know what it is. But anyway, either way, we have... Yeah, we've had a K and now we've got an I, so I don't really know what to make of that, but maybe the more that maybe if we draft this room a few times more, we'll have some more letters. So I'll just make note. Maybe it says king, right? King, ki. Maybe it says kindness, be kind to each other. All right, now I've only got a broken lever. Possible that I could use the broken lever in a contraption as well. Might be a weird use of it. Might be the intended use of it, actually. I don't know. Let's have a little bit more of a I'll look, because I was only here on day one. I might not have looked as carefully as I would now, you know? But I don't think there's any... I think this is just the table where you make contraptions, so I don't think there's going to be anything there. We've seen that... Probably not. It's probably that we've seen everything there is in this room. But, you know, gotta be careful. You get a real hum from some of the things that are sort of, you know, lit up in this game, which is cool. All right. It's great that we have this here. If we do come across some more interesting items, wonderful. All right, what did I... Do I want to try... Oh, we're only on rank 2. It's fine. It's fine. I would like to try and get some more gems, of course. Okay. I'd like the keys, of course. But at least I think in this position, it's good that we have some more entrances. We lose a little bit of money. Do you have any items for me to get, though? No. No, you don't. All right, let's head off to the side here. Let's head off to the west. Okay, storeroom would be great, of course. The problem is, like, you know, I often make a lot of similar decisions because I'm trying to sort of create more drafting possibilities. You know, like my instinct here is let's do West Wing Hall so I can go both north and south. But, you know, like maybe maybe what I should do is change up my strategies so that I'm... Oh, let's do it. I know I want to do it anyway. You know, like maybe what I need to do is, you know, push myself to do some different things. Okay. Here I think it's okay if we waste a space below it to get something interesting. So none of these entrances are useful. We can't do that because we don't have a gem. Either of these are going to give us 2 useful items. I'm going to go closet. Just to see what the... Okay, so we get a key and a gem. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that. That's good. All right. Here, before going north, we do have 1 gem. But I'm going to go all the way back and do some of the lower ranks on the other side. Because I want to... You know, I want to push myself a little bit to try some of these approaches of prioritizing items. Well, parlor sounds good to me. Because that's definitely 2 gems. And it could, but it's not. I was going to say it could have the magnifying glass, but no. Interesting to note, there is no Mount Holly picture down there. I still don't know what the hell that means. And I'm just looking at this again because M. Lowry is a figure of great interest to me. Because the name has come up a couple of times now. And also, on that note, while I'm thinking about people, something I figured out. So we learned in the last couple of episodes from the shelter letter that there is a person called Courtney. Courtney is cousins with our mother Mary, and so I did a little bit of work on my family tree diagram here, and I've realized I'm not 100%, but I think that must mean Courtney, because I there's no suggestion at the moment that actually Herbert has had any children. I suspect heavily that Simon is our grandfather and our mother's father. I also suspect that Simon is the one who married the lady Clara Ibsen. Unless she actually married Herbert and then had an affair with Simon. That's the other possibility. But I'm gonna just go with this logic. I think that she married Simon. So for Mary, under those circumstances, for Mary's cousin to be Courtney, either Courtney would have to be the child of Herbert, which I think is 100% not true, because in her letter, Courtney mentions her father and that her father is similarly or was similarly displeased with Herbert. So I don't think that's Herbert. I don't think Herbert is displeased with himself. So Courtney, therefore, I think, is the child of Lady Clara Epson's sibling, who I think there's a good chance it's Lionel Epson, who we also recently learned about in the last book that we got, the Reddington book, because Lionel Epson was I think named as the oldest child of I've forgotten his name, but the other Lord Epson. So I think Lionel is the father of Courtney and the brother of Lady Clara Epson. Yes, got it. That's what I think. All right, got that out of the way. Let's get our gems here. So a box next to this box is true. Could be true, could be false. Both boxes... this one's gonna tax me a little bit. Both boxes next to this box contain gems. Well, that is untrue. That is false, because only one box has them. A box next to this box contains gems. So that would be this one. All right, this one is definitely false. A box next to this box is true. Well, that's false, because that box is false. So this is false. This is false. This is true. The box next to this box contains gems. It's you sneaky white box. You're trying to hide from me. Give me my gems. Woohoo. Okay, great. That's nice. That is nice. 3 gems is a good foundation. Especially since I'm so interested in getting more 3-gem rooms that we've seen come up. We did manage to get the vault recently, which is why I'm all moneyed up now. So that's great. I reckon actually Nook would be good here, because we can still rely on the north entrance hall entrance to get the... Yeah, we don't need to go west from here. So Nook would be fine. Nook would be fine. Let's get some keys. Nice. Key. Thank you. Thank you, Nook. It's been nice doing business with you. Great. I was just looking at what these things were, in case that was interesting, but I don't know. Nothing occurs to me. All right. We're doing... this would be great if I had any other green rooms. All right. Den will give us a gem, so Den sounds pretty good to me. Great. I had a dearth of gems in the last run. I think loads of keys and no gems. Is it worth using a key? Yes. I know I might get the sledgehammer. Oh my God, what? I had no gems recently and I was just in the middle of saying it. Oh, the game heard me. I've been blessed. I've been blessed. Oh my God, this is like the most gems I think I've ever had. Is this the most gems I've ever had? What are you two swans looking at, eh? The swans tell all. Something in here. Maybe it opens at this time or something. I don't know. But then again, I've been here at that time and it didn't. I don't know. Something I haven't yet figured out in here. Okay. 8 gems. Oh, we're in such a good position for a gemtastic day. Yes. Oh, while I'm on the screen, let's read about the schoolhouse. Long before Reddington Elementary was opened, school convened in a single small building. Okay, so maybe Reddington Elementary is currently the school. As the student body grew over the years, the need to separate classrooms for each grade arose, and the Mount Holly Schoolhouse was officially closed down. Okay. All right. So it sort of it evolved into a larger, more modern school. But back then, everyone just went to the one room. All of the, 10 children that existed. Okay. I should have gone down, actually. Silly me. Well, we've got enough gems to throw around courtyard. Brilliant. And from memory, I think this is just a good soil spot, right? I'm having a look. Where is it? It's third. Yeah, good. That's just good. But if it were one more up, it would have been a rich soil spot. Okay, before I step in there, let's head down because we can dead end this spot with abandon. I would actually... Let's do kitchen, actually. Even though we're wasting the entrance, I finally have... Oh, the kitchen looks really interesting with a window. I love seeing how the rooms do have a different vibe when you're at an edge. Oh no, how have I never noticed this? What, are you kidding? What are you talking about? Because the pump room connects with the kitchen. Isn't that what we learned from the drafting strategy book? Hang on. Get the hell out of here. I'm looking at my photos of the pages in that book. It is making a connection. Yes. Speaking of pump room, this room controls the water level throughout rooms in the estate and can interact directly with the pool, aquarium, greenhouse, kitchen, and several other features located outside the main house, which we know at least includes the fountain. The kitchen. So. Can't believe I never noticed this. I can't believe See, this is exactly the sort of thing I've got to be more careful of checking for. I know that I went around like trying to carefully check in the kitchen and yet I still missed that. Hang on. I've also just realized this is the other interesting thing about having the kitchen in this position, because there used to be something else here. There used to be stuff here, like a cabinet or something. So this is now the first time I can get, I suppose, a little bit closer in this corner. All right. Hello, Mount Holly. It doesn't... I've always been suspicious of this, but it doesn't seem to change my prospects here. Okay. All right. So, nevertheless, what I would really like to do... Yes! Bacon and eggs. I want to get morning room, because it otherwise feels very difficult to get morning room. Maybe this is the only way. And bacon and eggs will also give us 10 steps, which is actually the bonus for me. The main reason I'm doing it is to get morning room. Porterhouse steak, a delightfully expensive steak cut, bone in and extra marbled for maximum tenderness, a perfect dish for those who love extravagance. And it relates to a thing called showroom, which I don't think I've even seen. Yes, this is exactly the sort of thing that I wanted to do with this money. Like, it's very hard for me to arrange having kitchen and having 8 gold at the same time under normal circumstances. So, mwah. All right, I would love to be able to get pump room on this run, and I guess more things that relate to pump room would be great, right? Oh, this is going well. It's going well. I'm very pleased. I'm pleased. Okay. Shovel. Once again. Oh, this day is going so well, guys. I'm really pleased. Yesterday went really well. Pebbles, whatever. Pebbles can't get me down today. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling happy. I am feeling very pleased. Oh, a few coins? 2 coins. Great. I'm feeling extremely pleased. So now that bacon and eggs effectively just cost me 6. A worthless old tin can, not worth picking up. Well, you never know, right? You never know. Fuel coins. 3. Great. So we've gotten almost all of our money back from the bacon and eggs. A key! It's an ordinary key, but it's still a key. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. This room, you've been a joy. You've been a joy. All right. Let's go in this direction. Let's go across and see what we can make happen. I think that'd be a waste of hallway. We could genuinely just put bedroom here, and I think that would be good. I think that would be fine. Like, I could go spare room in the hope that I can branch across to chapel, which would always be useful to reduce the possibility of using steps. But we're also not that high in the ranks that it's such a huge... Yeah, let's do bedroom. You know, if we're going to have a good day, we need steps. You know, steps is good. Still thinking about this picture a lot. Okay. Hey! Another gem. Another gem. It's a gemmy kind of day. I wonder... Every now and again, I just wonder about this again. What is it pointing down to? I wonder if we can, like, get under this mat or something. You know, like, is there a secret... I was just thinking, is it perfectly centered, or does it seem... Not sure. Maybe there's some way of getting under there. What's your deal? What's your deal, hand? What are you pointing to? Alright, we're heading up now. I wonder if I should head up from the courtyard, actually. But, yeah. Then again, we're here now. Okay. Well, maybe this could be a good place for a hallway. Rank 4, to be able to go across the middle. Maybe. But then we would get another star. And I am really curious about building up more and more stars. Like, I feel like we're doing pretty well with the observatory. Yeah. We don't really need so much. There's not a pressing reason, I think, to go west from here. What do we got? What do you got for me? 2 rooms with 4 days are more common today. Yes. Oh my god, that is a gift. That is so good. I feel like I'm well positioned. Oh, another gem. I'm crying tears of happiness. We're having a good gem day. So rooms with 4 doors, and I have plenty of gems for expensive rooms. Really pleased. Really pleased. Okay. Well, I guess we go from here. So, yeah, it would be really good to be able to go north from here. Otherwise, it's gonna be hard to get back over here. Like, you know, we're gonna rely on coming across, so. But we're very gemmed up and we're very keyed up. Okay, no, yes. It's gonna be a good old drawing room. By the way, how many stars are we here? 9. So the next big one is 5 gems at 11. Okay, if I'm able to, if I've got the coins and the steps, and I have to say I'm feeling pretty good about the possibility, I'm gonna also do another wish at the fountain, and see if that appears to get me an extra star in addition to the drafting of the observatory. That's the next thing. I'm just thinking, is there anything I need immediately to go back for? No, we're good. And I doubt I could attach the broken lever to the shovel to make a contraption. Okay, all good. Hello, mysterious room that is still driving me nuts. Maybe I can solve it right now with the knowledge I have. And I've been in here like 20 times just going, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to take it to the next step, but alright, let's just move on. Ooh, it would be really good to get the gems from the wine cellar, but it would cut us off. That would also cut us off. We'd go forward with spare room, but I don't know what else spare room is doing for us. Maybe it has an effect I just don't know about yet, you know? So let's risk a redraw. Redraw! Alright, classroom, hello! Ooh, we're spending a lot of time in school today. Grade 1, that's interesting. I wonder if this changes, like if the grade goes up each time we draft. Oh, I'm going nuts. There's so much stuff in here. Big red flag. They're probably obligated. Ooh. Ha ha. Ha ha. Oh, there's so, guys, I'm dying. There's so much here. There's so much here. It could even be that this is, that this alphabet up here could relate to colors, right? Wow. 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 Okay, and then we have this very interesting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8 is an infinity symbol. 9, 10. And 8 is a number that comes up so often in this game in general. So very, 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 very interesting. Okay. I need to take a breath. This is just so... This is so good. This is so good. Okay, there's a massive... Is this like just a giant like ball? Like a bouncy ball type globe? There are so many globes, and the problem is they're a little bit difficult to look at. Like, this is actually the easiest one to look at because it's so large and it doesn't have any other, you know, structures around it. So I guess I'll just get a good look at it, and maybe I can compare it to other globes that we've seen. But this is one that we can't turn around. I'm just going to check that none of these are like spots I can interact with. Lots of lunch boxes, so cute. I think maybe. I'm actually, like, I'm purposely not looking at the note on the desk yet because I'm so excited about it. I'm like trying to save it. I wonder if other people do that. I know it's going to be amazing. Ooh, classroom puzzle. Can you find the difference? Yeah, I got it. Unless you're talking about something else that I'm being cocky and I'm ignoring some other aspect of it, but I got it. All right. Oh, RJ. Hang on. That's a very interesting name because immediately that strikes me as being very similar, like having very similar letters to many of the words that have come up so far. But not completely right either. RJ. So yeah, we've got the error name is Ajira. So it's just missing one A. It's one A short of being able to being an anagram of Ajira, and it's also one A short of being an anagram for Iraja, which is the southern region associated with freedom and swans and fog and the middle daughter of the guy who gave out all of the lands. And it's one letter short also of JRENA, which are the letters that we get from the name of the queen that we can see in the foyer. But all of these are just a little bit different. So that's blowing my mind. That's blowing my mind. So RJ. And RJ got a B+. Okay. Fill in each object below with its correct color. Interesting. My favorite color is red. Just like, well, to be honest, I'm not sure. Just like the Red Prince. I don't know if the Red Prince is Simon, our grandfather, or a twin brother that we might have, or someone else, or if it's just really a reference to the, you know, to the current ruler, to the current ruling whoever, you know, the Red Guard, the state, whoever that is. All right, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, purple. And we've got, so the things that are, the fire hydrant and the red flyer are red. The lake is blue. The pumpkin is orange. The lizard is green. The broccoli is green. The blueprints are blue. That's interesting. The grapes are purple, but the flags and the banana is yellow. So that's all as you would expect. Okay, and this person has got 10 out of 12. That's very interesting. This is interesting for a few reasons. Okay, so they're being told that they got 10 out of 12 of these correct. You have to assume the flags are the things that are potentially incorrect, but that means one of these flags is correct and another flag is incorrect. So those symbols that are on the flags must be associated with the different lands. Now, in the History of Arindia book, because I have written all of this down, Arch Aries is the one that has that mountain symbol on it. I don't know what color flag they're meant to have. I don't think I have any information on that. So that could very well be yellow. I don't know. It's associated with the fields and mountains, and it went to the eldest son. But it is associated with that mountain symbol. To me, I don't know, the hourglass symbol at the bottom, the orange flag, that is associated with Iraja, our southern land. I don't know what color their flags are meant to be either. I do not have a symbol associated with Fen Aries, at least that I know of. We've come across so much to do with Fen Aries, but at least in that History of Arindia book, it was censored. I wonder why it was censored, but I've actually drawn a picture for myself, and I could look at it, of, so it had a sensor bar over it, but you can see little bits poking out of the top and the bottom of the sensor bar, and it does not look like that. It does not look like that V there. It looks like it has a sort of an oval top and an oval bottom on it. So it's definitely not that symbol. But given that it's censored, maybe it's the previous symbol. Maybe it's the old symbol of Fen Aries before the war, before it was taken over by essentially the Red Banners. So maybe this is the new symbol of the current leadership, and the current leadership is definitely red flags. I know that. In fact, what the book said, what the History of Arindia said, is that Horus, the Black Flags, fell. The Black Flags of Horus fell in that war. So that seems to suggest to me that Fen Aries was previously associated with black flags. Maybe that's why they've used purple, because purple would be the closest to black. Yeah, and they've gone, that ain't right. But then again, there are two things that are meant to be wrong on this page. So I don't know. You know, I would assume my best guess is that flag is associated with current modern Fen Aries, and it should be red. So it's kind of a political act, because they literally have the red flag in here. We should go and take a look at that. It's literally you know, it's some kind of political act potentially to miscolor these flags. So let's see if we can figure out if that V symbol there is associated with the red flag or with Fen Aries in some way. But I'm just going to note for myself that 10 out of 12 are correct. So 2 of these are wrong. It could be the other objects, you know, but probably not. And that we've got yellow, orange, and purple. Okay. Extremely interesting. But it's also interesting that the kid actually writes, my favorite color is red. So even though their favorite color is red, they have... There's a little spot on it, but I can't see any symbol. Okay, ooh, apple. Of course, apple for teacher. Okay, all right, hang on. Let's look at this next one. We've got a few to look at here, so we can do some comparisons. Okay, interesting. Haha, Freddy got a B+. Freddy. Have we come across a Frederick anywhere? Not sure. Maybe. Freddy got a B+. Sorry, I mean B-. And Freddy has done all of the other things the same color, but they did the blueprints the wrong color. They got 9 out of 12. So they got 3 wrong. Let's say the blueprints is wrong. And here's the thing. I mean, look, lizards are many different colors. I don't know what color a lizard is meant to be. I mean, it could be green, of course, but many lizards are not green. So I don't know what's a correct lizard color. But let's say they've got... I don't know, if we imagine that maybe the lizard is the wrong color, then that could be one of the 3 things that are wrong. Then that would mean 2 of the flags were wrong. And so the mountain flag is the same, yellow. The V flag is orange, and the hourglass flag, Iraja flag, is green. So I guess I'm actually gonna guess that maybe my guess about what would the flag color in Iraja be? I suppose I would guess black, because the black flags seem to have escaped there. So I suppose I would guess that the lizard, the green flag, and the orange flag are the wrong color. No, but the blueprints are also the wrong color. That's the other thing. So actually, my mistake. The blueprints... so only one of these flags is wrong. And maybe that's also the orange flag. So maybe the green is correct. Alright. Okay. Next we have Benny. Freddy, Benny. Benny got a B+. Oh, hang on. What was... And their favorite color is also red. Maybe the kids are actually forced to say that their favorite color is red. It feels like this, because this is the newer classroom, right? This is the more modern classroom. So maybe the regime is much more strict here. You know, maybe the propaganda occurring in this classroom is much more intense. Oh. Each color is only used twice. So that's a hint. And it's like an unfair thing to say to a kid after the fact, when they've already done the thing. Okay, so Benny got 10 out of 12 as well. And they have 3 blue things. The blueprints and the lake look correct, sure. The other things look correct, but I don't know, again, I don't know about the lizard. The lizard here is red. Maybe the lizard is meant to be red, I don't know. But let's assume that the blue flag here is incorrect. And the V is orange. And the Erasia flag is purple. But they only have 2 incorrect. So I would say the blue flag has to be incorrect. And I mean, is the red lizard correct or is the red lizard incorrect? The other thing, all right, maybe that V isn't even this land. Maybe it's another one. Because we did hear about a place supposedly called Nuance as well. Which, you know, obviously is a very strange name. Caleb. Good on you, Caleb. Nice try. Doing something different. Caleb's favorite color is also red. Caleb got 2 out of 12. But that's very useful information, Caleb, you must really like red. Sounds like they're forced to like red. Caleb didn't even get a real score. Caleb didn't get like a, you know, a D or an F or anything. But what we can say is that 2 out of these things are meant to be red. The fire hydrant surely is meant to be red. And the red flyer is also meant to be red. So I have to assume that none of the flags are meant to be red. And actually that would make sense to me from... That would make sense to me. So... So far with what I've got, yeah. What did I think? Just let me go back to Freddy's for a sec. No, that's Benny. Freddy. Freddy got 9 out of 12. 3 wrong. I'm assuming that the lizard being purple is wrong and the blueprints being yellow are wrong. So only one of these flags I think is incorrect. I think it's the green Erasia that might be incorrect. I'm thinking that Benny got the orange V flag correct, and I think that Freddy got the orange V flag correct. I think that both RJ and Freddy got the yellow Mountain Arch Aries flag correct. So I think the green, I think that the Hourglass Erasia flag is not green. I think the, I think whatever this V flag is, it's meant to be red. I think Erasia is meant to be purple, as Benny got. And 2 are wrong here. I think it is the purple flag, but I genuinely don't know what the other one is. Like, it could be, I don't know if the lizard is meant to be green. Okay, all right. And good old Caleb is letting us know that none of the flags are red. That is super useful, Caleb. You're a champ. And here, I mean, does this tell us anything? Doesn't really tell us anything, does it? We can't move. It's interesting that they don't have anything on their globe. Just a ball. It's just a desk ball. It's just a ball on the desk. Okay, 3 colors. Okay, and then we've got here, what have we got here? Blue, green, yellow, violet, red, orange. We know that these are the colors associated with the rooms, and these are the colors that are represented in the aquarium and things like that. Possibly what this is showing us is colors associated with a circular, like where certain colors go on a circular object, if you get me. Maybe this relates to something. Let me see if these letters are matched with the right colors here. No, blue C. No, it's different. These are different. Okay, so those alphabet colors are different here. And also there's, yeah, an extra color. Okay. Very, very interesting. So I guess somehow it's going to be important that we know what those flag colors are meant to be. Super, super interesting. Oh my God, the schoolhouse and the classroom. What a freaking win today. What a win. None of these drawers open. Yeah. I wonder if Mrs. Peterson is good or bad. You know, is Mrs. Peterson like a stooge for the state? And when she took over the school, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I don't have super clear answers from that, but I think, yeah, I reckon that the Arch Aries flag is yellow. I think the Erasia flag is orange. No, actually, nope. I think that's it. Yep, I think that the Arch, I think the Erasia flag is purple. Yes. Yeah, because RJ got 2 incorrect. Okay. I think Arch Aries is yellow. A yellow mountain. I think Erasia is purple. A purple hourglass or something like that. Cool. And I think that whatever that mystery V one is, and I don't think it's here. I don't think it's Fen Aries, because it would be red otherwise. It's orange. Maybe it's nuance. Not sure. All right, well, classroom and schoolhouse and everything today has been incredible. This has been an amazing, amazing start to this day. It's been an incredible episode. I'm going to have to leave it here. But I'm sure that you are just like me. You are hungry for the rest of this day, because we're in a great, we got a ton of gems. We've got, how many keys have we got? We got 3 keys. We've got 18 coins, and this is just the start. We've still got a lot of this day to go. Amazing. In fact, last thing we do, let's actually have a look at the description for the classroom. An exact copy of the floor plan used in the architectural design of Reddington Elementary. Oh, this is a copy of the actual elementary. These copies were deployed in Mount Holly as a short-term solution to allow the curriculum to continue uninterrupted while the new school was being built in town. Huh. But wasn't that the... So actually, is this the interim classroom? Is this the interim classroom and the other classroom outside the schoolhouse is the original one? Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Not bedroom, not hallway. There's still so many green rooms I have yet to find. Outer rooms, there we go. Yeah. So maybe it was the schoolhouse, then they decided they need to expand out, so they made this classroom, and then they moved into town. Okay. Ooh, oh, there's so much to think about. And we've got obviously a lot of potential codes in this room as well that will relate to other puzzles. Oh man. I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled. I'm so grateful that I get to play this game and I get to share my experience of playing this game with you guys. Incredible. I'm having so much fun. But we'll leave this episode here and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you again, as always, being a part of this. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate all of the wonderful comments that I get. It's such a thrill. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes to the channel. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.